don't have the answer yet. I'm a woman from Argentina. I'm an environmental activist. I love the earth, and I love windsurfing too. And I am 41 years old, and I have, since I graduated, devoted my life to human rights and the environment. And I'm the mom of 2 children. And I don't really know, I think nobody knows really who they are. I'm searching for that question every day. What I do know is that I have a passion to protect the earth, and that I would like many people to share this passion. And I work every day to try to share this passion with young people, with old people, and people from my age. So we try to relate in a different way to Mother Earth. We have not been very kind to the earth. And my dream is that society links happiness not with how much you have, what car you have, what house you have, what computer you have, but you link happiness with what you can do for humanity. So that's my dream. And if every day we can be more kind to the planet, I think we can have a more peaceful and just world. Well, first, I do believe that if they were more dreamers on this dream, that I'm not alone. And yes, I know that if you look around, you will see a lot of destruction, but you also see a lot of awareness. People do have more awareness. 50 years, if you look 50 years before now, in the past, you will see that people were not really aware of the air that they were breathing, of the water that they were drinking. And today, there's much more awareness. People are more aware that just to have more money doesn't give you better air or better water. So you need to engage in a collective solidarity action beyond your interest, because this is the only planet that we have, and you cannot move to another planet. And people are beginning to realize more and more this. Now, the main challenge here is how to translate this awareness to action. We are in an era of a lot of media. You can see the suffering all over the world just from the living room of your house, through the TV, or from your computer. And I think we need to begin thinking on how to use this amazing era of communication and networking to raise awareness and raise action. I think every single human being, can be thinking at this moment, not only how much the internet can do for you and this new era of communication can do for you, but how can you use it? So everybody in every single day does a better action toward the planet. Can be small, can be big, but what's important is that if you use the internet, for example, this can be replicated all over the world. So I do believe, that we're in a very difficult moment, but we also have amazing tools now, and this presents an amazing opportunity. And sometimes if you look through history, deep crises have turned over humankind to do better, to do best, to do more. We're reaching the limits of the planet. We are on an environmental crisis. And I think that if we begin thinking about it, we will come out from this crisis is stronger, and that will mean more responsible to the earth. And yes, you have the obligation to keep strong and to keep doing and moving forward. And also you need to be a little crazy, as everything in life. So believers and dreamers, we need to be a little crazy, and that's not bad to move things along. Models are important to carry messages, but the mobilization and the action should be of the society. We need to behave collectively more responsible towards the planet that generously give us every day the habitat where we can live. So yes, I have many people that inspire me in my life. My mother, my grandmother, father, my husband, my children. Wangari Maathai, I have been following her a lot. I'm sorry, she became a spiritual soul last year. Durgut Selke, he was my first professor on international law, and I have been working with him a lot, and I really admire his work and his strength. I have some friends also as me, working in the Philippines to protect the ocean. So there are many people, around the world that I admire the work, and then we communicate, and and we keep each other strong when we feel weak. So I have, most of my models are close by mothers, are not mothers that I cannot reach. People that are I have a relationship with, and based on love, basically. And I think Europe, as the US, Japan, the developed, and as I said before, we have reached a point right now where if every single country of the world follow your leadership on consumption, we will need 13 more planets. So I think Europe, through the financial crisis, is beginning to rethink many issues concerning energy, concerning the way that the patterns of consumption that you have. But these changes, they take time. It's not an overnight thing, because when you have decided to get this path of consumption, you relax. You become almost bourgeois, and stop developing philosophical thinking, stop reaching for the responses for the great questions of humankind, which Europe has provided, through Greek philosophy, Roman philosophy, French philosophy, German philosophers. And I think it's a good time, for Europe to begin getting out of the path of consumption, looking around the world, and speaking to other leaders, new countries that are leaders in many issues right now, and trying to share experiences and knowledge, and see how we can, as humanity, think in a way where we can live in this planet that is not the model of Europe, not the model of the US, not the model of Japan. We cannot also have that model. We need to change that model. And I think Europe has an amazing opportunity to show by example how to change this model to a more sustainable development model. And the economic crisis that we're suffering right now can be a great opportunity to that, because you need to be more innovative, you need to live with less, and in that sense, it can provide an opportunity to lead the world to a different model of development than the current one. In a moment of this crisis, I remember that day. I have my savings in the bank, and I just had a baby of 3 months old, and I went to the bank so I could get some money to buy some diapers. I didn't have any money in the bank because the state has taken everything. I have zero money, so I couldn't buy the diapers. I couldn't pay rent, and I called the owner of the house and say, listen, I cannot pay you. I cannot pay the rent. I don't have any money in the bank because the state has taken everything. And he said, do not worry, I understand. And I went to the people who was working for Seria, and I said, listen guys, really, I cannot pay you because, the money of the foundation is just, the state just took it. And they say, do not worry, you keep working, it's important to keep working. And I think, the next day of the deep crisis, we wake up, and you will see in the street, people will look at each other and collaborate with each other. Before the crisis, everybody was to their own business. If you suffer, if you have something, I don't care, that's not my business. That was the attitude of society. After the crisis, everybody was collaborating with everybody. We create what was called a stage market because we didn't have any money. So, for example, if you were a good cook of cake or empanadas, so you cook your empanadas and you went to a place here near the plaza with your empanadas, and then you trade, empanadas for diapers. So people were helping each other, understanding each other, and I think that was key. And it was not a question of government. People do not believe in politicians. They don't believe. It was the society. The society decided we're in a deep crisis. Everybody has some responsibility in this crisis, and we need to help each other. There's not other way out than to help your neighbor and to look at the eyes of your neighbor and say, hey, what can I do for you? And as you said before, the power of sharing, not only of giving information, but of sharing life, sharing, feelings, actions, is what gets things going to the right direction. I think this is what happened with Argentina. I think, and I really believe in this opportunity of gathering people from different fields. Not always the same field, the same people, but people from different fields, from different backgrounds, that are trying to collaborate with a better world, to gather together, to exchange experience, to have the amazing power that media has to reproduce these ideas.